Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about phrases and clauses. Let us take an example. As you can see, in the post office, his father works. So both of them are group of words, but still there is a difference between them. The first one is a phrase and the second one is a clause. So now let us identify which is phrase and which is clause. As you can see, in our first sentence, there is no subject and no verb. So subject verb combination is not there. That's why this is called phrase. And in our second sentence, as you can see, subject is there as well as verb is also there. So this is called clause. I hope this is clear to you that what is a phrase and what is a clause. Now let us define both of them with proper examples. So first of all, we'll talk about phrase. What is a phrase? As I told you, a phrase is a group of words that doesn't make complete sense. You can see here in the slide also, a phrase is a group of words in a sentence that doesn't have a subject nor a verb. A phrase cannot express a complete thought on its own because it lacks a verb and a verb subject as well. As I told you, this is used as a single unit in a sentence. This is a group of words where is no subject, no verb combination is there. As you can see, some examples are there. The sports car. So it is a group of words with a noun and adjective. In our second sentence, to watch movie. This is also a group of words but having verb. Okay. And in third sentence, on the table. It is a group of words having preposition and noun. So it doesn't have any meaning, or we can say if we use these sentences alone, they don't convey any kind of meaning. So all these are the examples of phrases. I hope phrases are clear to everyone. Now we'll talk about clauses. Clauses are also group of words but with subject and verb combination. As you can see here, clauses are group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. So clauses are mainly divided into two parts. The first one is independent, we can say our main clause, and the second one is dependent, which we can say subordinate clause. As you can see here in the example, independent clause can stand alone, means independent clause make a complete sense in itself. As you can see in the example, I drink coffee. Now this sentence can stand independently. And the second one is dependent clause that can't stand alone. Whenever I drink coffee, this is the example of dependent clause. So here are some examples. Before you go to bed, you have to finish your homework. So before you go to bed, this is dependent clause, and you have to finish your homework. This is independent clause. After months of research, this is dependent, and he finally finished his novel. This is independent. Again, I hate to drink coffee. This is independent because it upsets my stomach. This is dependent. So as you can see in our first sentence, before you go to bed, it doesn't make a complete sense in itself. Rather, it depends upon the main clause to make sense. Main clause means independent clause. You have to finish your homework. So this was the difference between dependent and independent clause. So now clauses and phrases, both are, I think, clear to you people. So let us take a revision. A group of words that contains a subject and a verb is called clause, and we have two types of clauses, independent clause and dependent clause. Independent clause, as I told you, makes sense on its own as a sentence. For example, I went to school. And the second one is dependent clause that doesn't make sense on its own as a sentence. For example, although I wasn't feeling well, I went to school. Now phrases, a group of words without a subject verb combination, we can say. So we have 5 type of phrases are there, and we'll discuss these types in our next video. I hope phrases and clauses are clear to everyone. So thank you so much.